Live.
Welcome if you got it.
It's alive. It's alive.
I am really digging this thumbnail, to be honest.
I like that, even though the AI wouldn't let us use the actual name of the episode. I think it's pretty dope.
They wouldn't let us use the word abduction. It's insane.
Bro. Context. Somebody's got to program context into AI. Honestly.
Eventually, they will. Why did it not play? Why is it not playing? It's blank. It's not playing. It's blank.
It's going to be a strange episode.
Why?
No, I don't know. Because we had that confetti situation.
Yeah, that was so weird. They confetti on the screen before, guys. It was so strange.
It looked like we were in a ticker tape parade.
I was air guitaring at work. You know, those are getting into it, air guitaring. I think the song was Thunderstruck. And someone's like, "Oh wow, you can play guitar." I go, "No, I could just really
Air guitar
really well."
Yeah, you know they have competitions for that.
That's hilarious.
Somewhere in Europe, I don't know if it's like Amsterdam or some shit, but you could compete in air guitar.
That's hilarious.
Trying to center myself.
You are?
Am I centered?
Yes.
For editing purposes only. Oh. Well, I wasn't calling you up here. Well, you want to be on the show? Say hi. Jackie, look at the camera. Ah, you gotta look at the camera. Banana.
And hopefully there's no fireworks. And there isn't. Yes. That's an improvement. Welcome to the Dumb Foundation Podcast. I am Mike. That is Ryan. We are your dipshits of this evening. Please like, subscribe, share, and
all that good stuff.
So the first thing you wanted me to put on was a controversial video, or actually audio, from Chud the Builder. Who the fuck is Chud the Builder?
Okay, well we could explore who Chud the Builder is, but my just brief exploration into it, because he doesn't come up on my algorithm, but apparently he's all the rage, and I mean emphasis on rage as of lately, because his whole shtick is that he walks up to he walks up primarily to black people, and not only just black people, but just anybody who's not white, and says the most outlandish shit. Most of the time he's dropping the N-word when he definitely shouldn't be.
But
And I'm like surprised he hasn't gotten beat up. However, we could play this video and somebody got their comeuppance. Let's just put it that way.
so he's just a like edgelord, basically.
He's pretty much an edgelord, but the thing is, like, you know, like I understand, like there's like this grift culture out there, and you know, like it's one thing if you're gonna be in your private home studio, just talking like a jackass, you know, and then there's another thing when you're just gonna walk up on the street and not expect somebody to do something. Which I think this is the situation. I mean, we could play the audio from this, and then you know, like if you want to Google a news article, we could do that.
Okay,
Because,
let's play the audio. First of all, I wouldn't really trust or his name is Chud the Builder, so I mean, right then and there, we know what we're gonna get.
yeah, what kind of name is fucking Chud?
Let me get a little higher. What we do?
Walked up to him because they were pointing at me. They were laughing. They were pointing at me, and I said, "What's up, guys? How y'all doing?" I said, "Y'all like the new suit?" He said, "Walk away from me." I walked away from him. He came back up to me. He literally said, "I have PTSD. I feel like I'm in." He said, "You start saying all that chimp out shit to me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He's still wailing on me.
Where's your weapon at?
They have everything.
What weapon is that right there?
I believe that's it. Is that yours?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had He's talking to them right now.
Oh no, you guys are good to do your thing.
Okay.
He has a graze. I call it a graze to the left arm. He has slight abrasion right here on his head. Maybe some scrapes. Slight lightheaded.
I walked up to him because they were pointing at me.
So apparently, from the news that I read real briefly before, like I started, you know, like my nightly routine, and then started setting up for the pod. He shot himself in the arm somehow in the altercation.
Oh,
So yeah. So my point is that, you know, like what he does, and I'm just repeating what he says. To when he walks up to people, he says, "Don't start chimping out." Now, if you're gonna walk up to any group of people, especially black people, and you start saying that, like, you don't think at some point in our country, I'm not saying in any specific neighborhood, I'm saying if you could be in a nice neighborhood, you don't think that somebody's gonna want to physically harm you. I'm not saying like to commit acts of violence on this guy, but the thing is, like, what he's doing, right, is honestly, in my opinion, he's bringing, like, because there are good folk out there who just, you know, like, don't think the way that he does, and, you know, everybody's guilty of ignorance, and somebody can be themselves just not privy and just think that, and just, you know, because of assholes like him will just start lashing out at random folk on the street just because this guy does it. Now, this guy is recognizable enough, and the people, I guess, in his area know him well enough that he just walks up to folks and tells them that shit. And then, you know, and he drops the N-word. Like, there's multiple videos of him doing that. And he hasn't gotten hurt yet. So now that he got hurt, like, literally, like, when this guy came up on my radar about a week ago, I was like, somebody's going to beat the living shit out of this guy or worse. And the thing is like, that is exactly what happened. And this guy's walking around with a pistol saying that, like, you don't think that in a court of law, it's not going to look like you're instigating and then with intent using your weapon. Like, that's also fucking people like me, honest law-abiding citizens who carry, who are, you know, like, gonna get screwed over from assholes like this because they think they could talk whatever shit that they want to people, and then in turn not think that they're gonna get any repercussions, because the thing is, repercussions don't only come from the law. You know what I mean? Repercussions don't only come from the law. And the thing is, like, if you use hate speech, you could, and if you want to use, if you're going to try to use the law as a fucking shield, that law is not going to shield you from a hate crime, because that's a hate crime. And then also on top of that, it's like, bro, you know, there are more people. You may have your people who follow you and think it's cool, and a bunch of these fucking, you know, like, non-nut drop having fucking 20-year-olds who are just like fucking living at home and not fucking trying to, get a job and be a productive member of society, who listen to douchebags like this. You know what I mean? And then fucking themselves think that they could go and do that, not think that they're not going to incite violence from other people. And the thing is, like, what sucks is that I can't really say how I feel, because then the thing is we might get banned. So if you can only guess what I think about this, saying that before I think he got his comeuppance, that's probably where I'm going to stop at that, because the thing is I could say a lot worse. I just want you to imagine what I could be imagining. Because if I seen this guy in the street, I'm just going to leave it as I don't know.
So I would argue, now his situation's a bit different than the average situation because he's intentionally going out of his way to insult people.
And instigating.
Now, I believe in freedom of speech.
Of course.
So I don't believe in hate speech at all. However, I do believe in harassment.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, he in a normal circumstance, having the gun is what helps you protect your free speech, because no one can fuck with you if you're armed, which is why I think everyone should be able to be armed. Not everyone, but you know what I mean, within limitations.
Yeah, of course, right. Honestly,
his situation, it's yes, like you said, it makes any real law-abiding citizen that carries a gun look bad. Not look bad, but just he can ruin it for other people. And I'm not necessarily, I don't think the words are bad necessarily. I think the intentions are bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what he said, it's how he said it, or how he's saying it.
I'm also saying, if you walk into a black neighborhood and you start dropping the N-word, what the fuck do you think is going to happen?
Exactly.
You're inviting that kind of,
you're instigating, you're what's the word? Not instigating, you're something. It's like it's almost like he's yelling fire in a movie theater.
Totally.
Or bomb in an airport.
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Yeah, and this isn't like Nick Fuentes. Like, because the thing is, Nick Fuentes does this, but he's behind a camera in his house. So this is how I feel about that. The person who walked up to Nick Fuentes' house, when we showed that video a couple weeks ago, that he like shoved off his porch.
Rightfully so.
Right, because they were invading his private property. Yes, if you want to be behind a microphone and in front of a camera, say whatever the fuck you want. You can put whatever you want on the internet. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to like it. But the thing is, you have the right to do that. But when you go out in somebody's personal space and you do that, it's almost the same as assault to me. It's the same as spitting on somebody. And I think, honestly, that should be made, like, if there's video evidence of you going out of your way to harass somebody in that sort of respect, that itself
harassment.
It should be harassment. Yeah, it's verbal assault. Right. Like, so
look, if you get cut off and you yell a racial slur, you're just angry, whatever. That's not harassment. That's not hate speech. It's a fact of life, and it doesn't matter the color of your skin, because you're gonna do it regardless of the color of the skin of the other person. I'm gonna get cut off by some white guy and I'd be like, look at this fucking honky piece of shit, looking like a Poindexter over there with your glasses and fucking pocket protector, you fucking nerd. Learn how to drive, you fucking little fuck. But, you know what I'm saying? Like that's different than intentionally going out of your way, to harass people.
Yeah. And that's this whole guy's shtick. Not to mention that he has the dumbest name in the world, which is also like pointing me in a direction to where it's just like, that he's doing this for attention and he's getting it. And that's what upsets me the most. It's like, the people who are giving him attention, like some people, like for example, I don't unfollow anybody. So if somebody says something I don't like for example, and I'm just going to say this out loud and I'll give a little flying fuck. I used to like sort of be interested in like what Michael Rappaport had to say. And then he started getting all Trump. And then, like Trump did some stupid shit. And then he's like, fuck Trump. And then this whole Israel shit popped up. And he's like talking crap. All he's doing it is behind a microphone on his phone. He's not walking up to Arabs on the street and doing that. However, he is talking a lot of shit. I don't like a lot of the shit that he's saying because it sounds instigatory. However, he could say whatever the fuck he wants. I don't unfollow him But like me, there are a lot of people who probably don't like Chud the Builder, but still continue to follow him because they like that high that they get from being enraged. You know what I mean? Which I think is another aspect of the internet that we're not really like listening to. That people intentionally out there in the internet like feel a certain kind of way, and some masochistic reason want that to be amplified within themselves because they want to be more mad. So it's like, I'm going to continue to look at videos like this that are going to enrage me and rage bait me more, like that episode that we had a couple of weeks ago, you know, the whole rage bait thing. And you know, like, yeah, and they're like looking for it to pain themselves, because it's just like, you know, anger is like sort of like, you know, like if you're intentionally getting yourself angry, like you're also like trying to hurt yourself in a way, that in my opinion, you know. And some people do follow him, and what's going to happen is that enough of those people are going to follow him, and they're going to know where he's going to pop up next, and then he's going to end up like this guy. You know what I mean? But, you know, like, hey, listen, you know, like, hey, cheers, dude. I don't want to say, you know, like, I don't want to say he deserved it, but he deserved it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, what do you think is going to happen, dude? I'm not going to go into the front 5 rows at a UFC event and then just start talking shit to everybody who's sitting next to me, because they eventually are all going to beat the shit out of me.
I wouldn't say he deserved it. Nobody deserves it. However,
but he shot himself, so
hold on. He had it coming.
Yeah,
it's different.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that's what I was trying to say then. Yeah, maybe that's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
Deserved it is like is different. When you had it coming, it means you did this to yourself. You built this road that led to this. You know, you deserve it. I mean, it could be deserving something. It could be completely different.
Well, let me say this: like Charlie Kirk, I was surprised, taken back. I'm still a little fucking jilted by how that all went down, you know. But with him, I'm not surprised.
Exactly.
At all.
I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
Here, I'm just gonna step out of frame for 1 second. I forgot to put my power cable in.
Oh my God, Ryan, he's gone, guys. I don't know where he went. It's the end of the world. The dipshit is over. He's gone forever. Ah, help us all.
Are you making fun of me? Because that's what I do when you go off frame.
Did you hear me or no?
Yeah.
Oh, so
dude, I still have my headphones on.
Yeah,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, because I do something similar to that when you go and you're like, oh shit, I gotta go do blah blah blah, and then you leave for like 2 seconds and come back. I go, usually, oh no, Mike is gone. He's not coming back.
Piss or put a child back to sleep.
2 good reasons.
Let's see what this is about.
That's legit.
Never hit a man when he's down. Pick him up off the ground and hit him again. Be a man.
I did not see that one coming.
Bro club approval.
I'm gonna be real. I purposely don't watch the videos you sent. And A+. Pick him back up and hit him again.
Yeah. One of my favorite follows, and I say this every week. This and Isaac Wells, who does the Remember, which I think we have one queued up for later anyway.
Do we? Let's see. We'll have another. Oh, it's the next video. That's funny. Sorry, guys. I did not put the description in the description. I did not put the links to the videos this time. I've been quite occupied using ChatGPT to.
But I'm sure everybody by this time, if you watch the show, you know who Boston Be a Man is, and I'm pretty sure he's popular enough that he's definitely come across everybody's algo at some point or another.
I wish there was a way to like go into the code and just turn like autoplay off, just to make my life easier. But here we go.
Remember, strap-on spelled backwards is no parts. Until we meet again. Remember, strap-on spelled backwards is no parts.
No parts.
Until we meet again.
Wow.
It's ironic. Do you think that was intentional? No, because it actually does strap on. So I'm sure this is like one of those things where it's just like, oh yeah, that's right. I guess it does spell that backwards.
I hear weird noises in my house.
Is your house haunted?
No, it sounds like a TV's on or something. All right, where the hell are we at? Oh, we have a bunch of those. Okay, that's Saturday. Wow, okay, what's this? We did that one. Just flipping through, guys. Just flipping through. I don't know what this is. Let's see what this is. Did I miss the beginning? I don't get it.
You still don't get it?
No.
You didn't see what he was doing?
Let me see. Oh, he's doing that. I was like, is he talking on the phone? What is he doing?
No, he's talking to a phone that he's snorting a fat line off of.
And we're kicked off of every platform. Thanks, Ryan. No, I'm kidding.
Adding the Ric Flair woo to anything is dope.
No pun intended. A what? I hate you.
Ooh, I didn't even catch the pun. I caught it now. You ready to get kicked off every platform? For real?
It wasn't very punny.
It's so peaceful. It's so peaceful.
It'll be a black person, isn't it? No, it's a shit. Wow.
Don't try to catch one of those brown river snakes. I get it very slippery.
Then down.
Yo, that guy pinched off a full 2-footer, bro. Good for him, bro. Healthy colon.
Yo, that's crazy. And to be honest,
I like how it got taken away in the current.
You know for sure there's someone downstream filling up a water bottle to boil and
oh god, dude, that's why you bring one of those the survival filters with you.
Yeah, but you still think about that for a second. You're still filtering it, but you're still drinking it.
Yeah,
it'll filter everything.
Well, technically there's been shit in every water.
Is this another one of those guys? Oh, this is the original one.
Yeah, that's the original one, and I think we should watch a couple of these because the thing is, those comps don't do this justice. His actual videos are way better.
Yeah, funny. No, I've seen him. I've only watched him.
But I just think it's like amazing how it's a
skipperoo there, like the internet jumped.
I think it's amazing how this guy, like compared to these dudes, can do like these guys are gearing up, psyching themselves up. Doing their pre-workout, fucking getting all like amped up to do what he's just calmly walking over and doing.
He purposely dresses so you can't see how jacked he is, but he's fucking jacked.
Right, but I'm saying the mass on these other dudes that he does that to, like they're all like 100 pounds heavier than him.
When you train for mass versus training for actual physical strength are two different things.
Of course, yeah.
Mass is lifting heavy with low reps and eating a shitload of food.
Right.
And consuming a shitload of calories. Doing it for strength is you're lifting heavy, but there's still a different middle ground because you're not going crazy, but you are going crazy with less weight. And you get jacked and strong. And you gradually bring up the weight. But what's this?
These guys get pissed though. They don't look happy that he's doing it either.
What do you think that you're stronger? I don't think I know. You know? Mister, you wanna put the plates?
Yes, sure.
You want to do this way?
You will do this way.
I will do, but I mean this is heavy one.
No, you are definitely strong. Told me you are stronger than me.
Mister, how to take grip like better?
You know better. You show me how. You just did it before.
But this is like heavy weights. I mean,
Take a look. So,
like, I mean, little bit heavy, and now like not heavy. I mean,
A little bit heavy, but now not heavy.
you forget to put the plates or plate?
Wow.
You didn't put right extra because this is the same one.
Make hair fun, you are
My favorite is when he has that like fucking lead mop that he
Yeah.
hands to the guys, and there's also a bucket thing that he does too.
That's fucking jacked.
Yeah, he's ripped, but it's just, like obviously, the jumpsuit isn't doing him justice. However, the arrogance. I like seeing that bubble just getting burst. Showing off.
Wow.
Easy. I'm just gonna curl 150 pounds like it looks like nothing.
Is that real? That he looks bigger here. Oh no, because he's flexing hard. I see what he's doing.
Yeah. He's letting the veins pop.
You don't mind? I'll clean in here.
See, that's cake for him because you see.
Sorry, I need just clean under the bar. I will put it back.
I will put it back.
Sorry. Can you just hold them up, please? It's okay. Sorry, guys. Be careful.
The mop is actually not that heavy. Those guys can definitely lift it without a problem. But
It's the weight distribution.
You're not expecting it. You're expecting to hold the mop. So okay, sure. You don't put a lot of strength. In it,
you think it's a 2-pound mop, but it's 40 pounds, and you're like,
exactly.
what the fuck?
Just be careful with your legs. Nice. I will take it. Okay.
Yeah, I would.
What's
Yeah, the leg bro, your
something?
jack. Stop it.
Where are the muscles?
At home. You're doing like pretty good weight, honestly. No, it's good. The weight is good, really. Just keep going.
Analyzing their life after that.
Yeah, like, obviously it's doing too much of something.
Oh God! Wait, really? Hikers got near
Shit!
volcano again?
Is that what I sent you?
That's what it seems like.
Okay, so this was in the news in Indonesia. There's a volcano eruption, and there were several groups of tourists that went up with different hiker guides,
They don't
and
learn, bro.
yeah, I think 3 of them died.
Oh my God!
Yeah, because look at you. You're going right up to the edge of the caldera, and you don't that plume has got to be 1,000 degrees. I don't know for sure. This is dipshit science. However, that is very hot.
Wait, bisa ka ba? Turun.
That's not a good sign, guys. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, duck behind it. That's going to help you when the hot ash falls down on top of you.
Yeah, it's.
What is wrong with you? Get the fuck out of there, dude.
If it's going over your head, it's going to come down on you.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but I think 3 people on the other side of that caldera got burnt up. Like, they're not coming back. It was like two tourists and a guide. But what the hell? Like, I understand the thrill seeking of seeing, oh man, it's one of nature's like like phenomena. Like it's such cool to see. Like, oh my God, this is where volcanic eruptions happen. And the thing is, like, the fact of the matter is that volcanoes could just not erupt for like 1,000 years and just one day decide to kablooey. You know what I mean?
Listen, I will watch volcanoes. I will enjoy volcanoes from someone else's perspective.
Yeah, thank you for filming that, by the way, because now you just did what like I don't have to do. I won't ever have
Now,
to get close to one.
speaking of eruptions, apparently there's a movie from the 1970s, I think, and the plot line is Russia or China nukes Yellowstone.
To start an eruption?
Yes, and it blankets half of the United States, and it's a town. It's a plot line. It's a town in California that's now cut off from the rest of the world, and they don't know what's going on or what happened because they can't communicate with each other because the grid is down. It's a lot like the movie, the show Jericho. If you ever seen that
Yeah,
show.
yes.
This is a movie from the 70s, so that Jericho's a lot like that technically.
So 70s, that means they've been talking about this Yellowstone popping for a while.
Yeah.
Ah, because that shit didn't fall on my radar until about 10 years ago. Like watching geologists on JRE.
Yellowstone getting nuked.
But the thing is, they're always saying, like, as of lately, the last like couple of years, they're like, any day now, any day now, any day now. And the thing is, it's like, I don't want it to happen. You know what I mean?
No.
But the any day nows are getting a little, like redundant. Over and over again. It's just like, all right, any day now. But the thing is, do you know for sure? Nobody really knows for sure. You know what I mean? Because it could just be quiet. So I know seismic activity, like the seismographs go off before an event like that happens. But the thing is, they also go off when nothing happens, or nothing significant happens.
Jesus, it doesn't understand. Testament.
That's the name of the movie?
Yes, 1983, not the 70s, the 80s.
Yeah, but that was still in that era. Like, there was like a good 10 years of disaster movies. Like, I don't know what the name of the movie is, but Airplane was making fun of an airplane disaster movie. There was a movie called The Poseidon Adventure where the cruise ship flips over.
Yep.
Yeah, it flips over. And that had a bunch of famous people in it. But there was one. Oh, man. You remember that? You remember the ride at Universal Studios called Earthquake?
And was it you lived in an earthquake?
Yeah, and there was like, like
a subway or something?
Yes, there was a subway station, the cars smash into each other's, explosions and fire and all that stuff. It was around the time, obviously, early Universal Studios, like that ride's not around anymore. I don't know what took its place, but it was like, you remember, they got rid of a lot. They got rid of the King Kong ride. They got rid of the Jaws ride and all that shit,
Having a ride called Earthquake when people have died in earthquakes, especially in California.
Yeah, but this is in Florida.
Okay, well.
Not many earthquakes. We get hurricanes out here, so.
Yeah, imagine they made a ride called Hurricane. And you're like, guys, this is like a Tuesday.
You're actually you're almost like you're taunting the gods at that point.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
So here's another video of this eruption. I don't know what angle this is, but
it's a different side of the mountain. I think. Like I said, there were different like tour groups.
Ooh. No. So it just happened like instantly. Holy shit. He knew.
Dude, like right next to them too.
Holy shit.
Fuck out of here.
With the rocks falling on his
head.
Oh no.
You see the people running down?
That's them.
What?
He got hit in the head with a rock. I think that's him that went down over there.
Yeah.
No hagan eso, por el centro. Porque ahí no viene el tren.
Wow.
Espérate, esta que empieza el video.
That's fucking wild.
Si hasta aquí sale, mira. Esto es de ahí.
I'm just gonna say this, right? It's sort of like climbing up one of these volcanoes is sort of like eating ass. In the respect of like, if you walk up enough volcanoes, eventually one's gonna erupt, and if you eat enough ass, eventually someone's gonna fart in your mouth.
That's crazy how out of nowhere, just look at it. And I heard your answer to the analogy. I didn't ignore it. I'm just amazed by the fucking disaster that this is.
Dude, how close they were. Dude, that's fucking close, dude.
And that's the same disaster you can get while eating ass, apparently.
When you try to eat Mother Earth's ass, she may just fart in your mouth.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a bunch of remembers. Paste.
Remember, when you're sick, the advice they give you is to literally do drugs and stay out of school.
Truth.
Until we meet again!
This is very true. It's very, very true.
Very contradictory to, the actual advice that they give you.
Ooh, the edibles are kicking in. Wee. Yo, before I even play this video, hold on. I'm gonna do this real quick. Come on. Thank you. So, Sean Strickland.
Yeah. Champ.
I mean,
two-time champ.
I really didn't see him winning, to be honest. A
lot of people thought Chimaev was going to railroad him.
I hoped he was going to win. I don't think he was going to get railroaded. I think he was going to get taken down a lot, put up a good fight, but I thought he was going to lose in the end, get choked out or something was going to happen.
But in the 5th round, dude, like when Chimaev was like, let's throw down, and then he tried to take his legs.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to do that. He did try to do exactly what you just said, but it's obvious to me that there are fighters who talk a lot of shit but then do the work. And he does train with a lot of heavy hitters. Like he did train with fucking, Mr. Powhatan, you know what I mean? And a bunch of other like elite fighters in, I mean, I don't know what weight class was that again this weekend? It was middleweight?
I think so.
Not light heavyweight, it was middleweight, right?
No.
Yeah, like 180 or some shit like that. I think they had to weigh in. So the thing is, like, he's fighting, like at that weight, but training with guys who are bigger and also training with guys who are smaller. So he's getting the benefit of power and he's getting the benefit of speed. So the thing is, he's doing the work that he needs to do to, cash those checks that his mouth is writing. You know what I mean? So he could talk all the shit that he wants now, as far as I'm concerned. And, it's quite entertaining because the thing is, when that culture all started in the UFC with the shit talkers and then the baton got passed to Conor and then Conor to Colby Covington and so on and so forth. And you get people who tried to do it and then it was like, you're corny. But it was like he brought it back to where it's not corny and it's just like, oh, you could either love him or hate him.
Well, also,
you know what I mean?
Yes, the trash talk is not incredible. Excuse me. It's up there. It's
up there. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. He comes from Randy Couture's gym, Extreme Couture.
Yeah.
They're consistently training. His training partners are, you ready for this? Alex Pereira.
Mm-hmm.
Kazmat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's his training partner was Kazmat.
Yeah.
Not for this fight, obviously, but they were training partners for years.
Yeah.
And Magomed Akal, I can't even say his name, but that's another great fighter. Like he trains with beasts.
Yeah. So he's definitely, and the thing is also, by fighting him, he already had the textbook on him.
Ooh, who he sparred with for this fight? Francis Ngannou.
So it's that's what I'm saying. Like he's fighting some heavy fucking hitters. So that if this dude's gonna throw fists, he could take shots. Obviously, he took a lot of shots. His nose was broken. He was fucking bleeding from the mouth. He definitely took a lot of shots to the face, and he was able to compete by negating the ground game that Chimaev was trying to put on him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I was impressed. Obviously, like we have friends who think like the co-main was a better fight. However, I was just, because I didn't write him out. I was like, I thought it was a 50-50 matchup between the two of them.
I thought it was,
but that's not what the internet was saying. The internet was saying like, nah, dude, like Chimaev is going to go full Chimaev on him. But the thing is, he has been able to do that to other people who were not nearly as skilled as Sean Strickland is.
Well,
And obviously he proved that.
Sean Strickland lost to what's his face, Duplay, whatever.
Yeah, but he's
then-
a skilled fighter.
And
The
then
thing
he
is,
got ragdolled by Kazmat.
yeah. But the thing is, like, you know, when you do your homework, when you do your homework and you come back, you could pass the test with 100. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You just got to do your homework. You know, he did, and obviously, I follow him, so I see, you know, he posts all of his and they're not like those self-serving training videos. Most of the training videos are like post-workout, and he looks exhausted, like he has been working. It's not like one of those, like when you watch, like, who the fuck is it? It's like every time I watch his videos, it's like, dude, it's just you doing easy, you know, like training sessions, and it's not any of the hard stuff. Like, you're not putting your sparring sessions up because you probably don't look as good sparring that you do your training partner rolling around and just, you know, hitting pads and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, he would post videos like after having had his sparring sessions, and he's looking pretty decent after having had sparred a lot of these. You know, Francis Ngannou, dude, I don't want to stand next to that guy just out of fear that he just might turn around and accidentally hit me with his elbow. You know what I mean? So it's just like to be able to stand toe to toe with a guy like that and then come out with confidence. It speaks volumes. You know, confidence is huge too. You know what I mean? If your confidence is intact, your skills will shine brighter.
All right, what are we remembering?
Remember, people who step up 2 stairs at a time are both active and lazy.
That's me.
Until we meet again. Remember, people who step up 2 stairs at a time are both active and lazy.
It's so true.
I do this at baseball stadiums just so I can get to the bathroom faster, and especially if I'm in a crowd of people. Like when I was walking home from the subway, and or getting off the subway, going to work, I would do this walking up the stairs all the time, just so I could, you know, not have to be elbow to elbow with somebody like doing the shuffle up the stairs. I just wanted to get the fuck up.
It's faster, and I guess it is active and lazy.
Yeah, dude, you are like working a different group of muscles when you go double step, bro. Some people would get pissed at me. Fuck you. I don't care. Yo, then dude, you double step up the stairs too. You keep up with me. What the fuck? You know what I mean?
What is this? My daughter decided to chug the entire wine. No. No.
Body of Christ. Cheers to her.
You don't have to drink it all. You don't have to drink it all. You don't have to drink it all. He's like...
Church wine, cheers to her, number one. And number two, church wine tastes pretty good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I've never had it, so I wouldn't know. I'm a heathen.
Had a buddy of mine. His name is Steve. He was an altar boy. But
my father.
But he did this into his almost adult years. I remember being 16 or 17 years old in St. Mary's Church in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, right off of 23rd, between 23rd and 24th Avenue. He, you know, like the just behind there was like a back alley to the church, and you know, for deliveries and stuff, and the door to where the preparation room for mass was right there, right?
Yeah.
So we would hang out, you know, smoke joints, and we heard, oh, Steve's doing fucking 8:30 mass, so let's just go 8 o'clock. We'll go see Steve. He sets up the shit. By 8 o'clock, he's done setting up for 8:30, right? The church had just, the inventory of wine was just crazy, so it was just easy for him to just like skim like some out of a bottle, and we would literally go there with red Dixie cups, and he'd fill a fucking cup for everybody, and you catch a little buzz off the church wine. You know what I mean? And that shit tasted, yo, I'm telling you, it was sweeter than Moscato. Like it was pretty good. I mean, when you're a teenager, fucking quality of wine, I don't give a shit. I'm not even really a wine drinker now. I mean, I will drink wine if it's offered to me. However, that's not my go-to. But if it's easy to drink, I'm more likely to drink it. And obviously back then, when you're a teenager, you're just looking to catch a buzz. He would just like dunk, 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 dunk. There, we would fucking smoke, sip, off the church wine, blood of Christ, body of Christ, blood, and then dip out. You know what I mean? After mass was over. So church wine's the shit. Shout out to church wine.
Church wine. Where's the next video? I lost it on my screen. I see it on our screen, but not my. There it is. Okay. Let's see what's going on in the world, I guess.
Oh, no.
They got us. Iran got us. Iran got us.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the WHO and an organization known as Gavi are behind the hantavirus breakout? Let's look into it. Out the gate! Are you aware that literally 2 weeks ago, they got together, the WHO convened a massive global simulation of a major disease outbreak? You remember they did that in 2019 as well? Do you remember? Now, let's take a look at this article from Gavi.
I don't remember. Do you remember?
No, because the thing is like, I don't think they were doing those things for people to know.
Interesting.
But I mean, have you been keeping up with the hantavirus situation this weekend?
It's a little weird. It's all a little weird.
Yeah, but even still, there was an episode of X-Files where that was, a storyline where because I didn't know who FEMA was in 1998, but apparently the writers of X-File knew who FEMA was. And you remember the dude who was always giving Mulder the information? Like he was always giving him information.
Which one?
The old white guy. Yeah, I think so. The old white guy.
Wasn't it a black guy person and he gets killed? And
and then it becomes the old white guy, right? Yeah, but it's the old white guy's in this episode, and he's telling him that about FEMA's like power reach is a lot like bigger than you realize. How they have it set up, they take over the government in the case of like a pandemic or an emergency. I mean, we didn't have that happen during COVID. However, like it was probably close. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, what happens is, I think, in pretty much in the shortest terms I could explain it, is that there's a totalitarian government that gets unleashed once a situation like that happens through FEMA. Do you know what I mean? To where it's like everything's executive order through FEMA, and it's like not even the president runs the country. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, then who the fuck? So the thing is, like, everybody talks about shadow governments and all this, blah, 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 blah.
Right there.
So if it's in plain English and a lot of this stuff is written out for you to see, go on, whatever, .gov or, like website, I'm pretty sure all that shit is up there. But it is sort of like, it is concerning and frightening to an extent that, that could just totally happen to where we just become either A, lawless, or B, just under some sort of like a...
So then who would be the leader? Would it be the leader of the Homeland Security, which is the head of FEMA?
I don't think you would ever find out. I don't think they would ever tell you who's running shit. You know what I mean? And I'm definitely sure it's not one person, dude.
All right, let's finish this video and see what this guy's talking about.
A website, Gavi, it's an organization, a vaccine organization. 2021, the next pandemic, hantavirus. It talks about how the human-to-human transmission thing will have to be tweaked. They are literally showing us what they're doing. And of course, Gavi and the WHO, intricately connected. Yeah, what the fuck? I'm going live on Facebook right now also. Hop on over there, say what up. We're going to look at some UFO files. World's cooked.
I mean, he's been wrong before, so but
yeah, the thing is, like, to an extent, You know, like guys like him. Yeah, and trust me, for its entertainment factor for me, because at this point it's just like it's like listening to Alex Jones, and I'm not discrediting him, because the thing is, like, if anything comes up that's sort of concerning or fishy, it's like I sort of react the same way he does on these videos in the privacy of my own home. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know, like getting weary about how shit could go down, and nobody fucking wants to, you know, like live in a world where that's a possibility. However, the thing is, like, so many worst case scenario things happen that now it's like you would have to be, you know, sort of ignorant not to be prepared for a worst case scenario situation, seeing that whatever else happens in the world and being ignorant enough to think that it can't happen here. And after having gone through the shutdowns of COVID, even though a lot of states like rebelled against that shit, you know what I mean? Said,
And it
fuck
turned
you.
out just fine.
And look, and we're here now.
So,
you know,
when we
we
said,
wouldn't have this podcast, I don't think, if it wasn't for COVID, right?
did we start it before COVID? No, we didn't.
We didn't. I think, you know, like you were still doing Nothing Network, and I believe like we all got locked down, and I had a bunch of time on my hands.
Yeah, I think I was still doing podcasts at the stage, right? I still had, we're doing lives at the stage. So Chud the fucking racist guy, this is what it made me think of every time I hear it. I didn't know who. I'm like, what, the
See,
movie? Like, what
when
do
I
you
heard
mean?
his name, I was like, I know this name, and
Yeah.
I was saying to myself, wasn't there a movie that this was named after? And isn't, like, you know, yeah, I totally, like, definitely heard the name Chud before, and I didn't know where it was from. I didn't do any Google search like you just did. However, I definitely felt familiar.
Movie's stupid, but good. 'cause
Yeah,
horror.
it's a B horror movie.
Yeah.
Welcome to the fucking news. I'm your host, Kellerman, and here's some of the shit that's been going on around the world. Russia and Ukraine agreed to a 3-day ceasefire while Russia celebrated their Victory Day holiday weekend, and the two countries exchanged prisoners. However, Ukraine accused Russia of violating the ceasefire almost immediately with drone strikes and battlefield clashes. Russia, in turn, accused Ukraine of 23,802 ceasefire violations.
Huh.
Iran submitted a new peace proposal, which U.S. President Donald Trump said that he didn't even finish reading because it was a piece of garbage. In the United States, President Trump said that he will be lowering the federal gas tax. In Texas, 6 people were found dead in a boxcar on a train in Laredo. It's believed that they're immigrants and they died of heat stroke. And no matter how you feel about immigrants, that's a way to go.
Yeah.
In
That is very
Colorado,
shitty.
some random woman jumped the fence and was walking across the tarmac.
It wasn't a woman, it was a guy.
International Airport and
It was
got
a
hit
dude,
by
though.
a plane. Obviously, she died, and authorities have not identified her yet. While
Well, it was a
passengers
man,
from the
but, yeah.
hantavirus cruise have started returning to their homes around the world, in Florida, a Princess cruise ship returned with 145 of its passengers and 15 crew members sick with norovirus. In Haiti, an escalation of gang violence in Port-au-Prince forced hundreds of people
This
to
is
flee
crazy
their
that you're not
homes.
hearing about on the
UN
news.
estimates over 1.4 million
This shit.
Haitians are now internally displaced. In
That's
Pakistan,
wild.
a car bomb was detonated near a police facility by a group of Taliban splinter group militants. who
This is
then
gonna
opened
happen all the
fire
time
on
there.
Facility. 15 police officers were killed and 4 were wounded. In the Philippines, Vice President Sara Duterte has been impeached for a second time over suspected misuse of public funds and threatening the president. And in Indonesia, Mount Dukono erupted, killing 3 hikers. 17 others were evacuated safely, with 5 injured. Tell me in the comments if you've ever hiked a volcano, and follow me if you give a shit.
So that Duterte, right? I think her dad was the president at one point, and he implemented some sort of law that you were put to death if you were caught with drugs, not just dealing it, just caught with drugs. They would kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a couple of news stories. Okay, the Taliban shit, dude, that shit's gonna happen over and over again, right? And then, but the Haiti shit, that's not on the news at all. How is a million people? How is a million people getting displaced right next to our country? Not major news.
Going on in
Haiti.
go to news. International Rescue Committee, UN News, World Food Program USA, World Vision, nothing from the American mainstream media. Not a single thing.
Dude, that's a conspiracy theory rabbit hole that I think we should probably jump into because Haiti's been independent for a long time. They left the clutches of France before anybody in the Caribbean did, right? But they've been having problem after problem, not to mention just the natural disasters that happened because there was that earthquake and then there are hurricanes and then but the real danger, it's like what's the scariest thing about Haiti? Scariest thing about Haiti isn't the fact that its land is completely stripped and it's like difficult to grow anything there, right? When it was a lush paradise, pre-Columbian, you know what I mean? But you go there and you just got to worry about stepping out of your house. Not because of natural disasters, because that could kill you, but it's just fucking gangs.
Do you see what I'm doing?
You're scrolling?
I'm searching every mainstream media in the United States like I could think of and just writing what's going on in Haiti. And everything, all the news is from 3 weeks ago or earlier, and nothing to do with that shit.
Yeah, that's why you know what? Like honestly, like if I'm really, really trying to go into a deep dive, I won't go to any of the major American news outlets. And I won't even go to BBC. I'll go to like what does Al Jazeera have to say about this? Or what does
nothing from BBC, Al Jazeera. How do you spell Al Jazeera?
A-L
Yes.
G-E, I think G-E-Z IRA. Well, there's not two G's in it. It's just
way off, but not far.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
Jazeera. I Jazeera. Jazeera. 4 weeks ago. Nothing about it.
That's wild, bro.
And then I go, what's going on in Haiti? And now, 4 weeks ago. How did I just find it? How did I find it before?
I mean, every once in a while, because there's like a big Haitian population down here in South Florida, and definitely New York too, obviously. You know what I mean? But you do get dribs and drabs of things that are happening. You know what I mean? Like, I know that they overthrew the government and that it's been like, gang warlord kind of situation down there for a while. It's where there's like whole towns that the government doesn't even go into. You know what I mean? So that's fucking crazy. I don't want to wish that on anybody. You know what I mean? I thought we were gonna do the Chinese spy. Where'd the Chinese spy go?
Oh, that's right.
So apparently there was a mayor, right? Is it a mayor, Mike? I think it's a mayor, right? Of some California town. That was straight up.
That's not it. Chinese spy. Come on.
Chinese spy mayor.
We phrase Chinese spy. That should be the top story, not that thing from a month ago.
Well, it was. I mean, I've been seeing it on the news, like in the cycle in the last 2 days, especially. Yeah. How the fuck does a spy get elected as mayor of a fucking
mayor admitted to acting as an illegal foreign agent of China, resigning from her position in a shocking federal plea deal unsealed on Monday. Democrat, go figure. Eileen, say that fucking.
Eileen.
That's Eileen. That's how you spell
Eileen. Well, it's one of the ways.
God, that's horrible. Wang, what a horrible last name too, agreed with prosecutors that she worked with the People's Republic of China to boost propaganda with fake news website on U.S. soil.
She like pleaded guilty too, so she's like
she was elected to city council in Arcadia, a city in San Gabriel Valley within LA County in November 2022.
So now, do you know what question I raise immediately after hearing a story like this? How many other spies have become statesmen? Do you know what I mean?
Fucking crazy.
Trump is in China
Is
right
she
now,
a
I think.
U.S. citizen? Hold on, let's see. AI mode.
Well, you have to be a citizen to get elected mayor.
No, I don't think so.
Really? You could just have a green card and get elected mayor?
Let's see. Was she a natural born citizen of the United States? No, she was not a natural born citizen of the United States.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying, like, but she definitely she wasn't natural born, but she was naturalized. You know what I mean? Like, so she was a citizen
she
of the United
immigrated
States
to this country.
Right. Yes,
That's
but I'm
what I
saying
was
she got her papers. Yes, I don't think you could run for office without any sort of papers.
No, I didn't say she did. I was simply saying, was she originally from here or did she migrate here? This is like proof. Like anyone that has issues with a tight border, this is proof of what you need.
Yeah, but I'm definitely sure that she flew in and she got here and she probably wasn't compromised until way later, until she got her ins. Do you know what I mean? Or she could have been like one of those, like what Russia does. Because Russia, they have like sleeper cells and shit. Do you remember that guy that was like, he was a cop in New Jersey and he was a Russian spy? Him and his wife are 2 Russian spies and they got busted for espionage. It was definitely back. It was at least 10 years ago.
I don't remember. Let's see. According to investigation. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, they flipped her. They flipped her somehow. Because she became a citizen in 2000. And she didn't start working for them until 20 years later.
Money talks, bro. And it's also proof that politicians could be corrupted. So you could easily have people who were born here that could be, foreign agents.
Of course, but I think it's a little harder.
Do you think Mamdani's a foreign agent?
I don't like him. I'm just being honest.
I have no opinion. He seems very charismatic.
Like not because of his religion or not because the fact he's from a country that banned and legalized homosexuality and I think it's punishable by death. I don't think they actually enforce that, but it's still in the law.
He's from like Uganda or something like that, right?
Yes, exactly. So besides
isn't that where that dude, why are you gay? You know that guy? Why are you gay?
Yeah.
Isn't that where he's from?
I don't know, but that aside, in the beginning, I agree with some of the things he said. I think we do need to rework the budgets and fix things and fair taxes, sure, blah blah blah. But I don't think taxing the billionaires all their money makes sense. Not that I was doing all their money, but like raising the taxes on, say, property taxes doesn't just hurt the rich; it hurts everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't like the things he's done.
Because there's still working class people who own property in New York City.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see what this dipshit's going to talk about.
Now, I know we talked about this yesterday, but there's one more thing I want to address.
Oh, wow.
Sir sprays a lot.
Sir sprays a lot? Wow.
He's a flying community guidelines violation. One thing I have to address that I didn't yesterday, people in the comment sections asking, oh my God, is he okay? Camera moved. I'm too stupid to have this many people dumber than me. All right, they're still trying to piece Humpty Dumpty back together at the pearly gates so they can let him know he's going to hell. I know some of them are just rage bait bot accounts, but no, there's a couple. I went through them all. There's people with lives and voting rights. And it's such a dumb question. Is he okay? Yeah, they're sewing together the mist as we speak. Domain expansion, hemoglobin, reconstruction. My second favorite comment, why aren't the engines higher off the ground? Why not put them above the wings? Die. Hey, Hoosies, may he rest in pieces, and I hope he got whatever he was looking for.
Yeah, that dude got...
This is the Great Friends Club. You bitches aren't allowed to quit. Where takes a bio.
Whoop. That dude got fucking sucked into a blender is pretty much what happened to him. So like when we were watching the Keller video just a few moments ago, like he was saying at that point they were reporting it as a woman because I guess the guy had long hair. So from the video footage, what they could make out, because they couldn't make out because the video footage was so far away, that they just assumed it was a woman because they saw long hair on the person and obviously getting sucked in, and they couldn't make out what the gender of the person was. You know,
and I'm pretty sure they couldn't find a wallet or anything at that very moment.
No, and I think the dude had prior like issues,
mental health issues.
Yeah, and also a record too. So, you know, like I think it was on purpose, obviously, because like that plane, it wasn't like I was just like sort of slow strolling on the tarmac. He jumped the fence and was like definitely keeping up pace to catch the plane. Like he was trying to get hit by it. You know what I mean? And those fucking turbine engines, they're no joke, dude. No joke.
Just trying to make his flight.
Yeah, he made his flight to heaven, straight direct flight. No layovers. Guy's,
but like the guy just said in the video, if it was intentional, you're going to hell because that's suicide.
Well, I guess depending on what you believe.
No. There's only one. There's only one Lord and Savior, and it's a combination of every religion in one.
Well, you know what? Also, you know, like you could also look for the perspective that no matter what, he's still stardust. He's definitely at least dust right now.
So fucked up, but yet factual.
Factual, yeah.
All right, let's see. Is this guy turning into dust too? What's he doing?
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Whoa, what the fuck? What was that? Why'd he go back in the car? Yeah. Oh, his seatbelt is on, isn't it, or something? His seatbelt. What is he doing? Is this AI? Where'd the cop go?
Yo, the fact that he tried to get back in the car, like, because it appeared that he thought he was going to be able to drive away with his car on fire.
Yeah, but what happened? Did they throw a smoke bomb or flashbang in it? Just set him on fire?
No, he might have lit something that was flammable in the car on his way out. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
They might have been chasing him.
Yeah, but
what I think is they might have been chasing him, and he might have had something explosive in the car.
Where does?
It's my guess. Just a guess. Dipshit guess.
Where? That's it.
He had some sort of incendiary device in that car, dude. Because nothing explodes like that.
Yeah, nothing.
By accident. Like there's cell phone fires and stuff, and like electronic devices.
Two big buildings did in the city, you know.
But inside a car, however, you know, something small enough to ignite the inside of a car isn't going to make that big of explosion. You know, that car got engulfed quick, bro. That was quick.
It did. That was wild. Let's see what's next here. What is this? No sound. You try to play me. All right.
Nah, we could talk over this while we watch.
Let's see. Boom. The cat was by the door. Oh, what? I don't get it. No way. No fucking way.
He has a thong on, bro.
Is this AI?
He wore the wrong clothes to a home invasion.
Is this AI?
I don't think so. I do not think so.
I think it is.
What self-respecting
the shadows are right though. Damn.
What self-respecting house robber is going to wear a pink thong to a robbery?
What if it's just a really fat chick dressed like a dude?
I don't think that's a chick.
It's not shaped like a chick, I know.
Although there are chicks who are shaped like that. Damn. Do you think he left his house earlier that day and was like, I'm going to be so sexy for this fucking robbery. I'm just going to fucking wear a pink thong. I want to feel so hot when I rob this house. Do you think?
I to be honest,
because dudes don't walk around in pink thongs for no reason.
I imagined there was more like something like, I'm gonna wear my sexy Good luck, pink dong tonight.
I'm gonna wear my wife's lingerie to this robbery. I'm gonna buy her something nice after I rob this house in my pink thong, my balls all tucked up against my ass.
Fucking thong.
Oh, so now since USA had their UAP dropped, we're seeing other countries now following suit as you do, like, because America's so cool that we do cool shit, and then everybody wants to do all the cool shit that America does. And Japan is definitely the biggest admirer of American culture as far as the rest of the world goes. And I guess since we're talking about aliens, Japan wants to talk about aliens too.
Let's see. Is this the footage? The photo. It looks like a drop in water, like a drop of air in water. Yes, we don't need the volume since we don't speak the language. But if that's the photo, it looks like a drop of water. And does it not?
Looks like a Zeppelin, actually.
Kind of. What if these are secretly just Nazis?
But hold on a second. Do you know what? Like, I have been hearing for a few years that Japan has had UAP footage, but and I think we may have unknowingly showed Japanese UAP footage on our show. You know what I mean? In whatever compilation that like we put up, because we usually go that route. However, like, I guess since the floodgates are open now, everybody's talking about their alien shit.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I just feel like the aliens would be more inclined to go to Japan to reveal themselves first. I think the Japanese would be more inviting. I think
the roast of sorry. Did you watch the roast?
Yes, I did. I mean, I made it 2 hours in. It's long as fuck, dude. I made it up to, I think, fuck. I just said her name earlier this morning. The actress from Scary Movie.
And
she was no, not Anna Faris. Not her.
I don't know.
No, the black chick from Scary Movie.
Oh, I forgot her name.
Shakespeare in Love. You don't remember? You remember her? She's in a bunch of other stuff. She won an Oscar. Fuck, I said her name this morning. Damn it.
She's in the original Scary Movie?
Yes, she's in the original Scary Movie.
Let's see. Cast. Where's the cast button?
I made it up to her, and then I paused it because obviously it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I had to go to sleep. Or 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't remember. But I did watch up till that. I saw Lizzo. Lizzo actually fucking kicked ass. Lizzo's set was pretty funny. I thought that shit was funny. She came out with the little people.
Regina Hall. There it is. Sorry.
Yeah.
I said Hill.
Yeah, Regina Hall. I got to her right when she said her first 2 lines, and I was like, I have to pause this because I got to go to sleep. But I didn't make it to The Rock yet, so I haven't seen The Rock. I did see Big J. Okerson. I did see Draymond Green. I did see Chelsea Handler. I did see Pete Davidson. I did see, all those people who came up early. You know what I mean? I didn't get to see Tiffany Haddish yet, and I didn't get to see Cat Williams, which that's who I wanted to see. Because I saw a couple of the clips of Cat Williams, and I'm like, Internet, why do you have to spoil things for me? Why?
Yeah,
why do you have to just you show me this in my algorithm? I want to actually sit down and watch this because I've been waiting for it for weeks.
Yeah, I saw
because I love me a roast. But it was pretty good, dude. Like, everybody wants to compare who's roast, blah, blah, blah. Like, there are ones that are, like, my favorites. The William Shatner roast was pretty funny back in the day. Greg Giraldo was still alive, so that was classic, awesome. The roast of Betty White was fucking hilarious. I really did like the roast of Tom Brady. Huge fan of it. But the Kevin Hart one, when they do actual comedians, when they roast an actual stand-up comedian, it's usually a little worse in a good way. You know what I mean? I know everybody's like pissed off at the Tony Hinchcliffe George Floyd joke, which
why? That was hilarious.
Well, the thing is, I think his whole set, to be quite honest with you, and this is my feelings on it, I don't think he had to do the George Floyd joke. You know what I mean? I think it was like obviously when you watch these things, there's a group of writers, there are producers that are telling you, like, okay, like if you're watching them, they're telling them, no, move the teleprompter. I'm not telling that joke because they don't want that shit tagged to them. But Tony Hinchcliffe doesn't give a shit. I'm pretty sure if that George Floyd joke came up on like Shane Gillis or any of the other ones that were doing the roast, he would have told the teleprompter guy to roll through it and just do the next one. You know what I mean? But Tony Hinchcliffe, that, speaking about grifters, how we started this episode, he definitely, within his comedy act, his whole shtick is to be a heel. So obviously he's going to say the most shocking thing that he can at that moment. And obviously being in a room full of black, like actors and, famous people, he was going to say the one thing that could probably, induce the most shock.
Kevin has so few black friends that he started a vegan fast food chain and nobody stopped him. He's won 2 Grammys, at least that's what the scale says when he stands on it. It's true he lost his gig hosting the Academy Awards because of some homophobic tweets, but you'd be homophobic too if you were eye level with everyone's cock. He got into a fist fight on a private plane, proof that no matter how much money black people have, they're still just gonna act like ninjas. Fight. You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you right now. George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. Kevin has so few black friends that he started a vegan fast food chain and nobody stopped him.
Yeah.
He's won 2 Grammys at least.
But the
Kevin
George,
Hart, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah,
Who was the host? Oh, Shane Gillis was the host.
Shane Gillis was the host, yeah. Which also, I'm a huge Shane Gillis fan. I fucking love Shane Gillis. He's one of my favorite comedians. I don't think he should have hosted this. To be quite honest with you, I think if any one of those people up there should have hosted it, and it not be like a direct famous person who's super famous now, like I think, but I don't think she would have wanted to, so it would have sucked. I think Tiffany Haddish would probably been the best roast master for this, right? But the thing is, because she's so hyper famous and she doesn't want that kind of heat, I think honestly, if they went, not unknown to me and not unknown to you, but however unknown to the mainstream public, they should have went with Big J Okerson, only because Big J Okerson was Kevin Hart's best friend from back in the day. You know what I mean? And then fame.
Wait, they were best friends?
They were best friends. Big J Okerson and Kevin Hart started in Philly in the comic circuit, right, in Philly. Big J Okerson used to do primarily black rooms back in the day. You know what I mean? Being fat white comic, that's where he did most of his work. That's why he's so good now, because black rooms and comedy is notorious for being one of the hardest crowds to win over. So if you can, that's why guys like Gary Owen, for a white dude, you know what I mean? Like, he could kill in any room because he got through the master level is doing the black room. Like, when you do that and you get that crowd down, you know what I mean? And you could win over that crowd, then you could pretty much win over any crowd that's not a Karen crowd. Obviously, the Karen crowd's the worst because I like, in my algorithm, obviously I get a lot of comedy. The worst room that you could play in is a room that has more than one Karen. If you have 2, it's going to disrupt the whole show. Immediately. You're going to have to kick 2 white ladies who've had way too many fucking Pinot Grigios. You know what I mean? It was like, you can't say that. Man. And then you're going to be like, all right, you got to get the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Why are you there? Shut the fuck up.
This is how I feel about that. Like, sometimes I watch these things and I'm like, either A or B, right? You thought that you were going to go and it was just going to be some sort of like Disney style comedy, like PG or whatever, or somebody else brought you and didn't do their due diligence by letting you know how this was all going to go down. Because I've been to comedy shows. I think, didn't you? Have we been to comedy shows together?
Yes.
Yes. So, like, when you go to these things, me and you are a different story because we're just going to expect the worst verbiage to come out of anybody's mouth, and that's what we're looking for.
Yes, and
right.
we're there already with the mindset. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna have
right,
fun.
and we're expecting it, right? And we're already pre-warmed up. It's like you don't even need the host of the show to get you warmed up because you're already pre-primed to for laughs. So you go, but there's some people who actually do go to these things who go already tight assholed. You know what I mean? And they're just like, he better not say this. And it's like, then like what you just said. Why are you gonna go? You know.
Let's see what bad news we have today.
Hello?
John Breaks
Hi,
Bad News.
Justin, this is John from John Breaks Bad News. I have some bad news from Cody for you. He wanted me to let you know, he wants you to know how much of a disappointment you are and how hard it makes it to be friends with him, with you. You are very unreliable, terrible at communication, and the worst gaming partner known to man. It amazes him that he's made it this far as you made it as far as you have, and you should be ashamed of yourself for merely existing. You don't deserve to have such a wonderful father, and you should consider being adopted again.
Wow.
Wait.
What did you do?
All?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. Did he pay you extra? That was a long one.
Yeah, he paid me. He did me pretty good.
He did you pretty good.
Yeah.
Is this really you?
Yeah, man. I'm live right now.
This is an AI?
No, it's
You're
not
live
AI.
right now.
We're live.
Yeah.
What? I've just honestly what I did. It can't really be put into words. Just think of like the person who's disappointed you the most in your whole life, and multiply that by about 30, and you'll be somewhere in where I'm at. If that breaks it down for you.
Right.
Okay. So just imagine my friend Ron.
Ron?
Yeah.
He's okay. So you went there really quick, so I know he must be a massive disappointment.
Nah, Ron's actually pretty cool. He would just be the most. He'd be the most upset person to hear me say that.
He would be. I
see. Okay. I just thought I had some competition for once, but
no, it sounds like you're pretty significant.
He seemed pretty excited that he called him though.
Yeah. He's
hell yeah, dude. At least you're the best at something.
Tell him you love him.
Thank you so much.
Well, I love you.
Love you long time.
Bye-bye.
kind of liked him.
Yeah, me too.
Not gonna lie, dude. If John Breaks Bad News calls me, dude, I'm gonna be super pumped. Also, I'm definitely feeling like a celebrity called me. I'm gonna be starstruck if John Breaks Bad News calls me.
This better be the original. You know what? I hate when they have another channel that just steals the other person's videos and just puts them.
Oh my god, yeah.
At least
that's why you gotta go for the check mark. You gotta get for the check mark, bro.
Like we're reacting, it's different. I understand we're also posting, but they don't put anything to it. It's just the video, like it's their own.
Yeah, I would. That's why I try to like, unless it's like some sort of viral video that everybody posted. If it's original content, I like to send you the original content. You know what I mean? I prefer it. I'd prefer it to be from the original source.
How old is this? 6 days. He hasn't posted in 6 days. Interesting.
Hello? Hi, Allison.
Yeah.
This is John from John Breaks Bad News. I have some bad news from Caleb for you.
Okay.
He has had enough. He's abandoning his boring life of rules and commitment. He is shedding his government label and donning a new life. The Crimson Oni. Kagiani. Whatever the fuck that means. With his new name, he's going to embark on a journey of self-reflection and enlightenment, and he seeks to turn the world of professional wrestling on its head. And I plan to start by challenging you, Patriotic Patty, to a match. And they will not accept no for an answer. They're going to powerbomb you through the ring!
Wow. That was beautiful.
All right, now that I've calmed down, I think Caleb has some mental issues that he needs to work out. But also, I joined a wrestling school recently. So.
Oh, are you any good?
No.
Oh, well, there's plenty of time. I know someone you can wrestle.
Who? Caleb?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, me and Caleb. John Breaks Bad News versus Caleb in a fucking steel cage death match.
Yeah.
I'll fucking probably lay down and shit my pants.
It's not you, it's gonna be me. So.
All right, sounds like it sounds good.
I'll lay down
I'll take
and
the fall.
shit my pants.
All right, I love you.
All right, I love you too.
Bye bye. Hello.
I don't want to say this like, and I don't want this to be taken the wrong way about John Breaks Bad News. But now, since he's increasing popularity, a lot of this has become like a lighthearted prank call to people that people actually like, and forgot how it all started, where people would actually take out their gripes through him. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it'd be like how it originally started was somebody who was legit pissed at somebody else would get John Breaks Bad News to call them. But now it's like bros are starting to, like send their bros John Breaks Bad News messages. You know what I mean? So you're not getting the same raw reaction that you used to get. Like, you used to get, like, people like, all right, fuck that guy. No, fuck you, too. And you remember, like, we started playing those videos, and you would get, on the other end, somebody who was legit, like, shocked and perturbed.
Who is this?
Like, who? What? Who is this from? Who are you? Fuck you, John. And he'd be like, fuck you, too. That was sort of the content that I'm looking for. So I really hope that, like, in between, because a lot of the ones that I've been seeing, trust me, when it's lighthearted, I'm still laughing, dude, and I'm still following John Breaks Bad News. Keep doing what you're doing. But as far as you people who are sending it, don't send it to the person you really love and that you just want to tell them some stupid shit. Find that coworker that you hate again. Find that cousin that fucked your girlfriend again. That person, you know what I mean? That you really truly have a fucking vile, like sort of grudge with to use John Breaks Bad News to calls, because honestly, that's the one that gets me off. That's where I'm busting. I'm busting on that, like, because like, it's cool and all. Like, I could send you a John Breaks Bad News to Mike and just, like, make up some shit and be like, hey, like, Mike, you're fucking blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, you're just going to be like, ha, 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 who sent it, Ryan? Ah, ha, ha, ha. And it's like, oh, that's cool. Like, people actually love each other and are doing some sort of unorthodox way of sending that love out, like that wrestling thing that we just watched. However, I definitely would rather, like, Mike, that dude at the fucking at the shop, or that dude at the fucking studio that you fucking cannot stand, and you need to get this out, but you can't do it unless it's through HR, but you could have this anonymous caller do it for you. You know what I mean? And you could even yourself, like, not have to have your name. Because I love that shit. Like, because he used to have the callers that would be like, it's an anonymous caller, but they know all this shit about your work life. So it's like, obviously it's somebody from work who's calling someone out. You know what I mean? Like, hey, it's an anonymous caller, but they're saying you're a piece of shit. You shouldn't be fucking the cashier girls, and we know you're stealing money out of the register, and you're a really horrible person. You should fucking suffocate on your own vomit after you go to the XYZ bar, like some specific shit. So where it's just like, yeah, it's anonymous, but whoever's sending that call is like knows a lot of shit. So it's definitely somebody who's close. That's where I get off. I want more of that. But keep doing what you're doing, John Breaks Bad News. And if you don't follow him, follow John Breaks Bad News on all platforms. He's on TikTok. He's on Instagram. I think there's a Facebook. There's got to be. I haven't been on Facebook in years, but I'm sure there's one too. Follow everybody who we put on the show, right? Like, honestly, we wouldn't have a show without it. We wouldn't have a show without you, the people who come here every week and say hello and say what's up and say cheers. This has been another episode of Dumbfounded Dipshits Podcast. I'm Ryan. That's Mike. And we'll be back next week, Wednesday at 9:30.
And I am edible. That's why I didn't say I'm Mike, because I don't know who I am right now.
Go find yourself, Mike.
Who are you?
Go find yourself, Mike. I'll send you more videos and we'll fucking talk. And we'll see you guys next week. Peace out, dipshits. Good night.